Hey there. So I kind of hinted at this in my last video. So I was kind of interested to see how quickly I could burn through the Grace of Flame trial, no pun intended, using my EX1 Genesis. And so I think I've got this figured out to a pretty quick clear. I think this is the fastest that I can clear it, just, you know, with my units and gear. I'm sure it can be done faster with like a stronger Genesis, or like maybe even just bringing two Genesises. Is that how you say it? Genesises or Genesi? I don't know. I don't know what the plural of Genesis is. But anyways, bringing two of them could potentially just do even, you know, stupider damage than what we're going to do here. But anyways, I think I've got this figured out to a 1-2-5 turn clear. So I'll real quick just go over the gear. It's pretty simple. I didn't even bother gearing my Roberta. She's just here for support, so you can basically ignore all this gear. Abby is, of course, you know, just her standard bulk build. Nothing too fancy going on here. Just as much bulk as you can build her. Good spread of elemental resists. We don't care about Rain's normal form. His Brave Shift form is just as much damage as I could stuff in there. My best, you know, some of my best gear. Just making sure that we have full human and machine killer. And mine is EX3. My friend is only EX2, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure you could do this with EX2 because really Genesis is doing a majority of the damage here. Okay, so yeah, just the best you can do on your Rain builds, but EX2 is kind of required if you want to do it this fast, because you got to have the LB up right away. Unfortunately, my Vaughn is only EX1, so I have to use a lot of gear to get his LB up on turn 1. If he was EX2, it would be so much easier, but otherwise, you know, that's what a lot of this gear here is, just to get his LB up real quick. Otherwise, just some bulk gear so that, you know, for any unavoidable attacks or anything, to make sure he doesn't take too much damage. Cryo Scrunchie is just there for the ailment resists. My Genesis has the Dark Vision Sword, Prophet's Diadem for the highest MP that I could get. Genesis's coat. You could also put the Ruler's regalia on him, but, you know, I didn't want to go that big and whale it out that much, because honestly, Genesis's coat is actually a very good equip for him. Gives him 500 flat mag. All right, so it's actually pretty good. Magister's Ring for the Chain Cat boost, Pixie Dust for high mag. Lots of MP there. He hits machine and human basically innately, as long as you give him his TMR and Bahamut Esper. And then, of course, Dazzling Demoness for maximum EP damage. So my friend Rain is Dr. No. He has an EX2 Rain that is built very well. So again, normal form, we don't really care. Brave Shift form, full on damage, very similar to mine. He's got 2 forms of chain speed, whereas I only have 1, so his will ramp up a little faster, which is nice. And then the human and machine killers are topped up, full LB damage, good to go. Looks like he's got Dwayne's vision card there. That's nice, very cool. All right, so let's see if we can get this done real quick. I'm shooting for a 1-2-5. Let's see how we go. All right, so Kylma should be a very easy turn 1 first turn kill. All right, Abigail just needs to do Infiraga for the amps and double fire Barfaraja to finish filling up Van's LB. All right, Van can go ahead and go. Roberta's going to do her LB for the buffs and the LB damage buffs. Genesis just does his nuke. Rains are going to shift. Okay, and do their Brave Shifted LBs. All right, and that should be pretty much all she wrote on Kylma. Boom. There you go. Kylma down. Okay. So on this one, so Genesis obviously doesn't have any MP, but that's okay. He's just going to sit back and take a turn to refill and do a mag store for next turn. So we'll do Loveless Final Verse. Okay. we're going to go ahead and we'll do Infiraga again, Bar Firaja to finish filling up Van, and then Methodical Mitigation. Okay, because if you remember, Tahto does the fixed attacks to counter your physical damage. So we got to make sure she covers that. All right, Vaughn can go ahead and go again. Roberta does her LB again. Rains will do their LBs to put on a stack. Okay. All right, nice chunk of damage. We'll finish the rest of that off next turn. So Tahto has 15 billion HP, so we got to do at least 10 billion next turn, which should be very easy to do. In fact, we'll probably do about 15 billion on this turn. All right, so Genesis can now do that. All right, Rain will do. Oh, Rains need their LBs filled. That's right. So we've got to do Inferno Breath, Draconic Triune, and Ignitas's Domain. Hopefully that fills up the Rains. Perfect. All right. If it didn't fill Rain up all the way, you could have Abigail do another Bar Firaja, and that would be fine. But since we don't need to, I'm going to go ahead and set her up with an Elixir on Genesis so that he can drop another nuke on turn 1 next fight. Okay. Vaughn, all he really needs to do here, we'll just do oil for the bigger Fire Imperil. That's all he really needs to do here. Okay. So, yep, this should pretty much end the fight. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so we almost did 15 billion on that one. Alright, so now let's see how much we can do on turn 1 here. Alright, so this time Vaughn is going to do oil. My brother's gone for the 88% breaks, and Mirage Plus. Okay. Genesis will do his Purgatory. Rains will do their LBs. Alright. We'll do the usual Infiraga for the amps. We'll do drone cover. Actually we'll do Infiraga, and then we'll do the brakes actually, because she's already got cover. So that's all we really care about. Okay. Roberta does her LB. Alright, let's see how much we can shave off here. Nice, nice. Alright. Alright, so of course he's going to do Mighty Guard on this turn, so now we just kind of have to wait. We could bring Kaito and try and end it sooner, but I don't mind just sitting around and waiting. All right, so Vaughn, he's just gonna sit back. Actually, he can do this turn. Yeah, this turn he can just kind of sit back. Actually, he doesn't really need to do anything this turn. We'll do contingency. Nope. We'll do contingency plan, drone cover, Shelga. All right, Roberta. Yeah, we'll just do Inferno Breath with Roberta. The Rains can just sit back and do nothing. Genesis can guard on this turn. And yeah, that's pretty much all we gotta do. Okay. Yeah, this turn, let's see, we'll just do another We'll just make sure the brakes are always up. We'll do drone cover, and that should be all she really needs to do here. Genesis is going to do his SLB so that we get the 40% sword reduction, because we're going to lose the one that Rain does on his LB, because that one only lasts for 4 turns, but Genesis's sword Imperil lasts for 5 turns. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Vaughn will do Mirage Plus. Okay, Roberta will go ahead and do Dragon's Fury again. And Rain's, yeah, can just do, I'm just going to reload and repeat them. Okay, so did the Dispelling Beam, that's fine. Roberta's buffs are undispellable anyways, so we're good to go there. So now Roberta can do Inferno Breath, Support from the Skies, and Mega Breath to unlock her quad cast, because we're going to use that next turn to go in for the kill. Alright, Genesis is going to get ready. He'll do a Elemental Burst Fire, Fill LB, and Loveless Preface. Vaughn can, yeah, we're going to save his SLB for next turn, so honestly he doesn't really need to do anything. We'll do Courageous Roar, I guess. We got to make sure that we do our cover with Abby. Actually, she's going to do Methodical Mitigation to make sure she covers everything. And then Shelga and Barfire Raja. Alright, Rains are going to get prepped for a burst. We'll fill LB, Freedom I Believe in, all that blah blah blah. Because they're going to do their normal form LB. Which is, you know, objectively worse than their Brave Shift LB, but it won't be ready. His Brave Shift form won't be ready till like turn 7 anyways. And it honestly probably won't even be needed. Like, Genesis should kill the boss, or at least come pretty close to it, and so the Rains are really just there to sort of chip away whatever's left. Alright, so let's kill this thing. Alright, Quad Mystic. Alright, Vaughn can go ahead and do his SLB. Genesis drops a nuke. Rains can do their LBs. Alright, and this should pretty much wrap it up. Alright, so, yep, let's do it. Boom, yep, so Genesis almost killed it with his hit, and then the Rains just cleaned up the rest. Alright, like I said, an EX2 or an EX3 Genesis would probably knock it dead from there. But yeah, that's how we get that one done nice and quick. Now, of course, this is the Grace of Flame. It's got the 100% fire field, so of course, you know, Rain and Genesis are going to knock that out very, very quickly. But I just wanted to see how quickly I could do it. And yeah, there you go. You got Genesis basically taking this one away. He's doing a majority of the damage here. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Hopefully that was fun, entertaining. Maybe it was helpful. Maybe you can actually pull this off. I don't know. I'll certainly try doing the Grace of Lightning trial and maybe even the Grace of Darkness with my Flaring Aether Rain. So stay tuned for that. I'll hopefully have that out for you guys in the next day or so. So thank you for following me, and I'll see you on the other side.